You guys ever see those wish memes of like, hey, yeah, you wanted to get this costume, but it sent you to something not really that costume, but kind of funky? That was kind of what we got with this fight. It was supposed to be the Habib versus Tony, but Habib versus Tony never happened. It's supposed to happen 5 times, never happened. So we got Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. Don't get me wrong, very, very good fight. Very good fight. Two of the top dogs in their division. Two of the top grapplers in their division. One is the best grappler in probably UFC right now with the most submissions. But he lost to submission by a samba artist, which is crazy. I think, personally, from watching all the fight films and watching all the footage leading up to the fight, when I saw Charles Oliveira was laying on the floor with his team around him, had a blanket on him, and just laying on the floor, he was dying. Like they were like he had nothing in him, no life whatsoever. That's why I knew he wasn't gonna win this title fight. That's why I knew I'm like Islam's gonna take this guy because I already know Islam's training hard. He's probably at one. He's probably at 155 right now, just walking around, just chilling. No questions answered. And with the weight cuts mess with your head. They mess with your head. They mess with your body. They mess with your strength. They mess with the stamina. They mess with a lot of things. You take a lot of that energy out just to cut weight, you're going to lose a lot more in that training camp because your training camp's going to get cut short because you have to train to cut the weight 5 days early, maybe a week, 2 weeks early. Who knows how big this guy walks around at? He's cutting weight to here. I know Habib walks around at 200, man. And he had to cut weight to 155. There's times Habib couldn't even make weight. Like, that's why I think one has to be one of the best with the weight cut. You don't cut weight there, you walk out your natural weight. There's like a couple pounds difference. I don't know, but these people are cutting weight from 205 to 155. Look at McGregor when he fought Jose Aldo. The guy was nothing. He looked like this. Kind of looked like that. I think this right here is another prime example by cutting weight. It's not a good reason to win a title or be a champion at that weight class. I call that weight bullying. When you come down to a weight class, you just bully the kids because you know you're stronger and faster because at the day of the fight, you're going to be big. You're going to be like a couple pounds, maybe 10 pounds heavier than this guy. And most people go, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, that's not that much. If you fought, wrestled, or did anything when it comes to weight class like that, you understand 5 pounds is a lot. It is a difference in the strength, the stamina, the speed, what's going on at that weight class, what moves they use, how hard they hit. It's just a lot when it comes to that. And I personally think this UFC stuff should be how the one does it. Just straight up fight at your own weight class, stop going down, cutting all this weight, killing yourselves. Because you really think they're fighting at their true potential when they're cutting all this weight? There's part of their training camp that's just going back, like I said before, going back to that. They're losing it, stamina, everything. With that being said, all being happy that Islam is now the champion. We'll have another championship fight. I think he's going to fight Alexander Volkanovski in Australia, which is pretty cool. But critics are probably going to get mad at him for not fighting Charles Oliveira in Brazil, for being in Abu Dhabi where he's favored at because of his background and stuff like that. But you shouldn't be scared to fight somewhere in the world if you want to have this belt. Understand home dog, home field advantage, and stuff like that, football, basketball, soccer, whatever. Sometimes fight, sometimes the judges might be on your side. But if you're in the fight business, MMA, boxing, Muay Thai, you want to put that guy out before the end of the third round in a non-championship fight. I don't know like how everything else goes. But in UFC, you want to get him out in the third before the third round ends, and not a championship fight. And a championship fight, you want to get him out quick. You want to get this guy out. You don't want to let it go in the hands of judges because, like he said, he was scared to have these judges judge it because they might go, Charles Oliveira whooped him, put him all bloody like GSP did Hendricks back in the day. And they say Islam won, and Islam's all beat up. You look at the Sean O'Malley fight, man. Like, Sean O'Malley didn't win that fight, and he knows that. That's why you don't ever let the fight go to the judges. And most of these fighters just try to skate by, get this, get that, like try to make Floyd Mayweather, but this ain't boxing, this is MMA. Go for the kill, man. As either submission, knocking him out, TKO, or just putting as much damage as they can. So the referees go, alright, yo, listen, that round easily went to Charles Oliveira. Look what he did to his face. Or look at Islam. He went for 4 submissions, almost got the submission, but Charles Oliveira reversed in the last second and he was seized by the bell. Stuff like that. Or he knocked him to the ground and he was wobbled. Stuff like that will make a judge go, wow, okay, he won that round. Because most of these judges are not fighters or even into the sport. Joe Rogan even said it. They're looking at their phones while they're watching these fights live. Like, come on. We could do better than this, everybody. We can get real roughs into this. Real people. Real trained MMA fighters who did this to become judges. Just somebody to be a good judge. Like, judges determine a lot of these people's lives, and they messed up a lot of careers just by saying, oh, this person won. Oh, no, this person won. But I'm just happy that Islam is now the champion. There's going to be some crazy things going on. I see these next fights. These are my next 3 fights for him. I want to go with Alexander Volkanovski, Benny Dariush, which he should have fought. Should have fought him over Charles Oliveira, or Charles Oliveira should have fought Benny Dariush. And then we have the rematch for Charles Oliveira. I think he should fight. He wins this fight against Volkanovski in Australia. He should fight him there. Win that fight. Fight Benny somewhere. Maybe Russia, Dubai again, America. And then if Oliveira wins a couple fights in between as he's waiting, fight Charles Oliveira for the biggest rematch in that weight class history in Brazil. And I bet you money this is going to be the second biggest fight in MMA history. Probably can get the UFC money like a Conor McGregor fight, I think. That's how I see this fight playing out. If they rematch it again, and if these two can keep the hype up for them each other. If he keeps the hype up and winning 2 more fights, and he wins 2 or 3 more fights as he's champion, that fight's going to be epic. And I want to watch that fight again. And I'll pay to watch that fight again. No matter how much it is. Because their round 2 in Brazil would be crazy. I know Oliveira's going to train that Samba. I know he's going to train grappling a lot better. But then at the end of the day, they might have been grappling. They might just sit there and bang it out. Who knows? This is why MMA is so crazy. I can't wait for next month's card. Oof, man. MMA, man, it's the best sport. Always changing, fast changing sport. Crazy thing.